Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Partner, this should be a good one here. Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go here on Monday night. Now return coming from the 7th. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
2nd and 7. They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. We'll try to run for it with Harris. He will have a Steelers first down. That'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Another run here with Harris. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Harris. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's a Steeler first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Quick throw here is complete.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Here's Harris. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot, but it's going to be enough to move the chains. They'll throw out of the gun. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll get that complete. It's George Pickens. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. They'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watched last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
2nd and a yard. On the ground, they'll go with Rashad White, the back out of Arizona State. He's able to get away from one man, but those reinforcements, they got there quick. Take him down behind the line. Try to pick this one up on the ground. That's going to be pretty close. Looks like he's got it, and he does. First down.
In real time from up here, Mike, I couldn't tell whether or not he got it at first glance, but I think after seeing the replays we have up here, it looked like he and his blockers got just enough, and they're going to be able to keep this drive alive.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. He finds Jahan Dotson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Chicago.
Each week coming into the game, every team in the league, Mike, places a huge emphasis on success on their opening drive. But the key to that is sustaining possession, converting on 3rd down. It's exactly what they were able to do here, keeping the ball on the ground.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. And that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
And he's going to be taken down short of the marker, and that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. They'll go. It's White. And he indeed picks up a Bears first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up, but they convert on 4th and 1. Now a give on the ground. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
So we've played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 3-0 is our score. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's White. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard.
At the 6-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And he's in. Roll Odunze. Touchdown, Chicago. That is 1st touchdown this year. Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He knocks it through. And the Bears move out to a 7-3 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Steelers offense and running back Najee Harris getting set to take over once more. And he's had a strong start to this season, right there in the mix with the NFL leaders in rushing. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else. This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Rome Odunze, the 1st-round pick, along with the Bears offense getting set for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. Powerful running there, stiff-arming his way for a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Williams. This one is caught by Dotson. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Now Williams. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense, immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. A hit, and he has lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose.
And remember now, all turnover. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first the decision to throw down here, backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
The Bears offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's a 2nd and 9. Dotson, the man in motion. A play fake. Now Williams under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
Delay of game, offense.
Williams. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Here's Torrey Taylor now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit, 6 points. For a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face second down and 7. Back to throw. That's made by Pickens. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
And the Steelers first down.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. We'll try again. It's second and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. That's pulled in. Najee Harris. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, third and long. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That is brought in at the 10. And he will score. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Makes the score Steelers 10, Bears 9.
So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. On first and 10, it's Williams. That's caught left side by Odunze. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Throwing on first down, it's Williams. Rush comes, they're setting up the screen.
You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
First and 10. Throwing again, Williams. The open receiver is Dotson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Williams to the air once more. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jahan Dotson. Touchdown, Bears.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. The Steelers offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They will start it on the ground to run that clock. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. This returnable from the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Williams. And this throw batted away and incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
The coverage by Joey Porter Jr.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit.
Now faking the give. A pass taken in by Harris. He'll be brought down. It was a nice pickup, but a penalty flag on the play. Early indications of a hold. They'll look to throw. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. Was brought down. That pass. Bring up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Steelers getting ready to punt this one away. He's on for the 2nd time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Bears offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll come up here 1st and 10. Off play action. And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So instead of playing safe, the defense brings the heat, bring the quarterback down, and they'll walk off the field with 2 points.
In this situation, Mike, as an offense, you have to be prepared for the blitz. You know the defense smells blood. They want to come get you in the end zone and get 2 points. And that's exactly what they were able to do.
That's taken at about the 14. The Steelers offense ready to get back at it. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On play action, he'll set up to throw. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. It's into the hands of Pickens once again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about, so they got to continue.
He is in. Najee Harris. Touchdown, Steelers. Now Gay for the extra point. He gets it to go. And the Steelers go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3. So, after the touchdown, here's Gay to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
At the 37-yard line.
Dotson, the man in motion. That is caught downfield by Odunze. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Williams. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Harris. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On 1st down, right back to Harris. And they're going to get him down this time. Not as easy as the last carry. This time they drop him behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd down. give up the middle to Harris. And a nice run there as he surges forward, a gain of 8, and sets up 3rd down. Back to throw. There's a short one caught by Freiermuth. And great determination as he gets forward and picks up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Looking to throw here on 2nd and 10. This one intercepted. Picked off by Kyler Gordon. And he is going to bring this one back. A DB's dream. A pick 6 for touchdown. What a play by the defense in a tie game. Not only do they come up with the turnover, Greg, they score the touchdown and take the lead.
And that's just a mistake, Mike, at this point in the game that you just cannot make on offense. You find yourself in a game that could go either way, and you just gift wrap the opposing team a chance to take it back the other way and take the lead.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears will go up by 7. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On the give, it's Harris. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step us up. 3rd and 6. Throwing now from the gun. He's got the 1st down and more than that. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
The extra point by Gay is good. And the Steelers will even the score here in the 3rd. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Williams. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And That's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's catch number 5 tonight, and it's good for a first down. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. First and 10 now from the 36. Throwing is Williams. This is intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's first and 10. A run. Here's Harris. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They run it over center with Harris. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now this time they'll look to throw. In trouble, and down he goes.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's Williams on 1st and 10. That's complete. It's Odunze. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. A play fake. Now Williams. He'll let this go towards the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll let this go for Pickens. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a 3rd down. A give, and here comes Harris. Still keeping the legs moving, somehow managing to turn that into a gain. So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. Important punt here in this tie game late. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense and Rome Odunze getting set to get back on the field. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Dotson, the man in motion. Milton to the air on second down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
This one is caught by Dotson. Now inside the 25. And he's into the end zone. Rashad White. Touchdown, Chicago. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them?
Santos for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Bears will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Big play coming up. This is third down. He'll drop to throw. Quick throw on target to Pickens.
Critical third down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the fourth quarter. They got to go down and score. They got to score fast.
And he'll bring this across midfield as this drive is taking shape. A gain of 7 on that one. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Quick throw, taken in, and that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll drop to throw. That's caught right side. It's Franklin.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Jalen Johnson had the good coverage and is able to knock that one away. Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And he's going to have the Steelers' first down. That'll be a gain of 15 on 4th down. They'll go with Harris. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1, and a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. And now they're going to go for 2 and a possible win, and the crowd rising to make this even more difficult. And he'll get in. An incredible, gutsy call. Pays off. They've taken the lead by 1.
Great decision here, Mike. This was made well before that touchdown score. You want to win the game in regulation. You don't want to play for a tie and take your chances in overtime. But because there's less than a minute, not a ton of time to go down and kick a field goal, this is the right move, and we'll see if it pays off.
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. And the rush gets there. Down he goes. Oh, costly sack. Can't have that here. We'll have to use a timeout. And barring a defensive penalty, we're down to 1 play in this one. That is brought in. Beautiful catch on the sideline. He's inbounds. There is a penalty flag down, and that might wipe away the game. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory.